very much. My name is Stone. My surname is Shi. My Chinese name is Shi. So normally the people here they call me Stone. So Livizolaga Stone Shi. It's my honor to be invited here to explain the sales of last season of the wool and mohair. Last year is the first year for Lesotho wool to be sold locally to the international market. And it is, for me, it is a successful year. And it's also the milestone of this Lesotho wool industry. For me, I can call it is a revolution of the Lesotho wool industry. Lesotho wool now become very well known to all the factories, woolen factories all over the world, and also become very well known to the very famous brands of the garments. Because our Lesotho wool have its own good characters, such like we have very good color, we have very good strength, and very beautiful the length and the strength. So it become very well known because we directly export our Lesotho wool to the international market and introduce our Lesotho wool to the garment factory. So that's why I say it's a milestone of this industry, and I'm proud of what I have done. But at the same time, I say last season is not easy for us, not at all. We have been through so many challenges. When I started business and before I started business, I myself was threatened by some people. And I know this business here, this revolution here, will hurt their own benefits. Such like the old agent of the Lesotho wool and mohair growers association. Even this, through my friends in PE, they told me that, okay, if you let Lesotho wool industry to be independent, they know the king, they know the Prime Minister, they can let me become bankruption. But I'm not afraid. I was not afraid at all. And when I started business, they sent the email, they sent by everything to the shipping line to say, if I export our Lesotho wool, the farmers will burn the trucks, the farmers will burn the containers. So when I start business, it's not easy at all.
Honorable
member.
Yeah, please. Can Mr. Stone differentiate between the problems and the wool center? Can you elaborate to us what is wool center? Just briefly tell us what is wool center.
Daddy, please allow me to finish the very brief. It's only 5 minutes, and I will explain it to you. It is part of my representation. Thank you.
Okay, you just proceed. If later you will elaborate it. Just go ahead.
Okay. So, and later, even the South African, their agriculture ministry stop our containers. At that time, it's 12 containers at the border. They stayed there for more than 2 weeks. We suffer a lot. They need what is called the in-transit permit, which according to the world's animal healthy,
Minister Shi,
yeah.
your chair also getting lost.
Mhm.
Yes, because you are now at the stage where you are explaining about what happened to you.
Yeah.
But we are expecting here to, like as the honorable member has indicated, that
Yeah.
it will be wise maybe if you can tell us about the wool center first.
Okay.
About the wool center, then we will take it from there. What is the wool center, how it operates, then you will get to what happens on the way of running your business.
Okay. So let me finish this part. So I have been through all of these things, and finally we export it. If we let me start with before I start the business. Okay. Lesotho Wool Center is a joint venture, consists of two companies, two organizations. One is Macedonian Trading, Pty Ltd. Another one is Lesotho Wool and Mohair Growers Association. In fact, Wool Center is not a new idea. It happens in 2012. At that time, and in July, when there's a delegation of the Lesotho government, which consists of three representatives of Lesotho National Wool and Mohair Growers Association, and the LNDC CEO, and some ministers, and the embassy people come from Beijing. Totally, they have 14 people delegation. At that time, I received them and discuss about how to develop Lesotho Wool and Mohair business here, and how to sell locally from Lesotho directly to the international market, because they says, at that time they says, blah blah, they says too much about that, they are cheated by the old agent or whatever. But at that time we start make the research how to develop Lesotho Wool and Mohair industry. And then in 2014, I came back. It's October. I came back and start the research again together with the association. And in 2015, we made a decision to develop. In order to develop the Lesotho Wool industry, we separate into different two steps. One step is firstly, let's export our Lesotho greasy wool firstly. Build a one wool center, which will be helpful. And then the next step is we are going to build our own Lesotho wool scouring plant, wash the wool here locally. And then we built the Lesotho Wool Center, and we signed the MOU, and then we signed the agreement in 2016. Here is our agreement and MOU. Briefly. Let me see. It's in January 2016, January, we signed this it's an MOU to build the Lesotho Wool Center. I think it's more than 3 years ago. But before that, we already make a research more than 2 years about the feasibility of of building Lesotho Center. And in the March 2016, we signed the agreement of the Lesotho Center to formally to set up and register the Lesotho Center joint venture. Association holds 75% share, and Macedonia holds 25% share. That is consistent of the Lesotho Center.
Could you just elaborate how do you operate with the association after you have signed that joint venture agreement?
After we signed this agreements in March, I think firstly it's at the end of in December of 2016. We bought a site. We got the site at Top 2